What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com. It's JJ.
And Mike.
And Tyler. And the CIF State Semifinal video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
Veterans Memorial Stadium, high school football in December. Yes, it's a thing. These Long Beach Poly Jackrabbits hoping to ring that bell 2 more times. They got to first take on Clovis North in this made-for-TV CIF semifinal.
Christian Rossi and the rest of the Broncos happy to get to make this trip down to play against some of the big boys. They got a big boy of their own.
David Wells, that's Boomer, and they brought their fan base. They were lively up there, taking on the Poly Jackrabbits, who have just put up huge numbers on the ground. Obviously, credit the running backs and that much improved offensive line.
Councilman D. Andrews, Mayor Bob Foster here to flip the coin. You know this is a big game when Mayor Bob is in the building. And the Broncos on their first drive actually sent a message to this entire stadium that they're here to play. It's Rossi to timeout, lock in there for a big gain. And then it looks like Carson Guzman for the 14-yard touchdown. Nah, you saw the flying laundry.
Yeah, the yellow flag means bring it back. Guzman obviously upset. Third down, some good old-fashioned Jackrabbits swarming to the ball. Look at all the gray. You can't even see the ball carrier anymore.
And that penalty would prove costly because the 23-yard field goal by Kyle Stevens is wide left, so no points for the Broncos when it looked like they were going to score.
Poly offense, pretty much the same as the Bronco offense. Not really doing much. Can't find the big play, can't find the edges, and some swarm tackling for the Broncos as well leads to a 3-and-out for the home team. I mean, Broncos here to play.
This is sort of what you thought could happen, though. Bad punts give the Broncos good field position. Rossi finds Marcus Rose for 37 yards on the double move right there.
Jackrabbits gets kissed from a Rose on the 5-yard line, and then Bolu Olorunfunmi has some fun running into the end zone uncontested. Broncos take an early lead on the road.
Poly still struggling on offense. They're trying to attack the Broncos D through the air. Another 3-and-out, though. Just can't find it, and still no touches for Gerard Wicks after 3 possessions.
Opened the game with 3-and-outs, 7 passes, 2 runs. That's obviously not what has been the winning formula. Raul Lara says, maybe we should go back to that running thing.
Well, another poor punt and more good field position for the Broncos leads to more Rossi on the move. And then in the red zone, he's looking for Wells at the pylon, but Juju over there to help Biggie. Here we got to look at another play. I mean, that's a great team defense in the secondary, and it's also where Wells has gotten a lot of his touchdowns this year.
That's a big boy over there. Speaking of big boys, sophomore Joe Wicker with the sack right there. You might just want to lay down. And then Stevens from 33, not particularly close. Again, a missed opportunity for the Broncos.
E.J. Jackson in for Ty Tiedemann. Poly looking to find a spark, but they still weren't able to connect on the pass. EJ says, I'm just going to pick up 9 yards on the run to that point that more or less doubled their yardage, so that's big. And then on 3rd and long, all hail the king. Jackson finds Monty Samoa Luuga down the right sideline. He makes a great catch.
He's not a running back. He's not a wide receiver. He's just a playmaker. Let's watch this one more time. That defender is not ready for 13 to run that far down the field without the ball and then catch it. Jackson to Juju for another first down. Look at John Smith charging for more yards. And then in the corner of the end zone, look out.
Can't quite catch the fade on that one. And then if you don't succeed, that's a pretty good kid to bet on twice. Juju from 10 yards out. Got to take another look at this one.
Goes to the barber shop, gets the high top fade, gets the feet down, throw up the touchdown. He needs an ISO camera in these games because you know Juju's going to make a big play eventually.
That's what I'm saying. This playoff run for 9 has been just so special. You got to tip the cap to EJ as well to come in there cold off the bench and lead what is a drive that gets them back in this ball game.
Obviously, the bench gets so fired up for Juju. Everyone happy to be on Team Juju. He's such a popular, well-liked player, and they know when he's on, they're all on. And the momentum-wearing camo grace, Jayon Brown,
That's on the kickoff. This is on the ensuing drive. Matt Matai.
Oh, Matai.
And then get pops. You are not running up the middle at 55s in there. Not never, not know how. How about Roman Wyatt getting in on the action with a big 3rd down sack?
The defiant Roman Wyatt getting into the backfield, causing havoc. Poly really started to pick up their game. And then a punt late in the half. Was this the opportunity for Clovis North? It was muffed. The Broncos recover it and have good field position trying to get this lead.
Juju's the one who muffs it. He's the one who gives the double thump. Juju making up for the mistake. That's just phenomenal.
It's the kind of thing that we've come to expect from him. When he makes a rare mistake, he turns it around. Raul Lara says, we need to turn this thing around. The effort has not been there, just 7-7.
Great former Jackrabbits on the sideline, Donovan Warren and Deshaun Jackson. They've spent time in the NFL. The stars were out to see this one. And then Sweet hit Alabama, all up in your backfield.
Every player on this defense capable of making plays, and every player pretty much has so far. Obviously, Juju, a guy who's made a lot of plays, and what more can you say about this punt return?
Just keep showing Juju highlights. That's what you can say. How about Wicks around the edge? They were really finding the seams here in the second half, mainly out of that Wildcat. This for 27 yards. Few plays later, it's 4th and 14. You're going to have to throw it. How about a 25-yard touchdown from Tiedemann to Brock Meckelborn?
All he does is catch big plays, playing center field out there. The baseball player, two-sport star for the Jackrabbits, and Raul Lara says, yeah!
You got to give your credit to Tiedemann as well, coming there, making that big throw out of the halftime break. Let's take one more look at how impressive this catch is, because he gets it, but then he's got to catch it again there in the end zone, uses his body to shield the ball from the ground and give his team a 14-7 lead.
Finally, the Brock has come back to the end zone, and that was a big one for the Jackrabbits. The Broncos, the ground game really slowed down. They ended up with 66 yards, which is pretty good, but the second half it just wasn't there. And then Rossi was less and less dangerous as the game went on, just kind of running for his life.
They definitely ran him out, kind of used his strength against him. Pauly making an adjustment on their direct snap formation. As you see, they keep Tiedemann on the field. It worked. Wicks is going to get 15 for 111. Manu, 20 for 100. Every game so far these playoffs, they've gone for 200 combined.
This is a fantastic run from Lauga to get this first down, a very important first down. But there were two more important first downs on this incredible drive. This one, it's 3rd and 16. That's Tiedemann. That's Juju. That's a heck of a throw and catch there, and they weren't done. 4th and 5, just a few plays later. This is just classic go to the sticks. I'm going to find you first down.
John, Mr. Big Catch Smith, he's always been there in these playoffs when they needed a big catch. And then Wicks, the 2-yard touchdown run, getting his wiggity on. 16 play, 7 minutes. I mean, another amazing drive, 90 yards for the Jackrabbits, starting to put this thing away. And then Rossi picked off by Jordan Davidson. He's the younger brother of Poly great Herman Davidson. And the Jackrabbits can really feel it now. They're all turned.
Davidson on the field for an injured Smith and has kind of his one shining moment with that interception. And then Rossi, the game, as we said, just kept getting tougher. This time knocked down and out, had a tough physical game. He played fantastically. Probably the best quarterback the Jackrabbits faced.
But just like last week against Mater Dei, it's Manu putting the nails in. And just like last week, he does it with a late touchdown.
Points to this guy to give up the credit, but, what more can you say about this young man who has not gotten the attention that his backfield mate has, but has shown each and every game he's been in the playoffs, as have the Jackrabbits, who win again to advance to the state championship.
And they've got to feel on top of the world. They say, we're number one, we're going to the state championship, as they take care of business on their home field, move on to HDC next week.
They'll be taking on Granite Bay, the champions of the Division I NorCal bracket. Obviously, Poly, it's just collecting plaques at this point, an embarrassment of riches for a Jackrabbits team who nobody expected to still be playing at this point.
This video brought to you in part by McCarty's Jewelry, here for you since 1932.
Be sure to come back to GazetteSports.com for all of that coverage of the state championship. Long Beach Poly looking to win just their second in school history, first since 1919. Obviously, GazetteSports.com, we are where Long Beach sports lives.